You're listening to Book Club Babes. Let's get into it.
To the cloud.
Yeah, we
to
are.
the window. To the wall. Till
To
the recording goes to the cloud.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I got my second Diet Coke of the day.
Oh,
what are you?
shoot.
What are you?
Oh, I'm a roomie.
Oh, you're a
I'm
colic roomie. I'm a
colic
family.
roomie. A familia.
Family. Yes. Nice.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. What are you
Mm.
reading? What are you doing? Tell me.
Girl, nothing. It's all the same.
It's all the same. Okay,
Yes.
well,
What about you?
I will tell you, on your recommendation, I am listening to A Broken Country and becoming broken myself.
How far are you? What do you know? Wait, no,
okay.
just in case somebody
Okay.
wants to know. Isn't it written like so well? Like you can
Oh,
feel it.
yes. And
Like
it's
I
just
could feel myself being in that position just of how it's written.
It's just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, but like we all somehow know that feeling. Maybe it's not like a love interest or something, but just I don't know. It's just that torn feeling.
Totally.
Oof.
That's exactly it. Yeah. And
Yeah.
how navigating that, like doing something that you know maybe you shouldn't be doing, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
like
good
your
book.
heart and whatever it like takes over, and thinking with your heart and your penis. Or her vagina, I guess.
Her
It's from the
vagina,
woman's,
yeah.
it's from her perspective. But anyways, so I'm
good.
listening
Nice.
to Broken Country. Very good. Would recommend. So far, I guess I'm not fully through, but Caitlin recommended it to me, so it's good reco. What else? I feel like and I started watching Love on the Spectrum finally.
Oh, it's so good. Did you say that last time, or did we just talk about it before we
I think we just talked about it at our sleepover on the weekend.
So many people messaged me about my story being like, yeah, I want to be there. And I'm like, yeah, I had a cool BFF.
You had to be there, so
you had to be there. Yeah, it was good. That was so good for the soul. And always McDonald's, always coloring, always friggin' true crime docs. We even fixed an Xbox. We're just everyday heroes.
We troubleshooted the shit out of that. That's for sure. Well, actually, let's be honest. It was Caitlin. She investigated that it wasn't plugged in.
It was not plugged in. But to be fair to you and literally anybody else who's gonna look behind your TV, Justin has it friggin' professionally rigged so that it is so confusing if you are not an electrician.
Yeah, that's one of the downfalls of living with somebody who knows how to like group wires and shit. He groups it so that it's like you can never do anything with it. So
no, and I'm sure it makes 100% sense to him, but like when you or I are back there, we're like, I don't know, where does this even go? I don't know. Anyway, that was fun.
Yeah, so
you reminded me that I think I mentioned last episode that I was listening to Wild Dark Shore like immediately after I finished it. And I've just finished it on the weekend. Still hits, still bawled my eyes out. So
oh my gosh. Okay, so I guess that's what I'm listening to after Broken Country. Just keep crying is what you're telling me.
Just keep crying. But at least you know with Wild Dark Shore, you can prepare yourself.
I guess, yes, this is true.
I want to scream from the rooftops that everyone should read that friggin' book.
Read this book. Read this book.
It's so good. I just can't. One of my neighbors was like, I had posted a photo of it and she was like, how is it? I want to read it. And I was like, it's so good. Come borrow my copy. Like, come get it.
Come get it. It's so sitting good. Here waiting for you to be waiting to be read by you.
Yeah.
We have 2 new babes.
Who?
Last week, I think, did we have some fun names or rhyming names? This week we have 2 J names, Jessica and Jennifer. Hello, welcome.
Hi, Jessica and Jennifer.
The Facebook group. Hello.
Funny that you say that because we're also reading 2 EHs this month. Isn't that weird?
True. And there's a Jessica in our book.
Yeah, Jess. Yeah, there is.
Jess in our book, yeah.
Who's the other one? Jessica and
Jennifer.
Jennifer. No Jennifer.
Nah, sorry. But Jennifer, if you have a pet or something, post a pet. We haven't done a roll call for pets lately, so if you got a pet, we don't discriminate. It could literally be a turtle because we've made hats for turtles. We're calling all pets, any and all pets.
All pets. If you have a pet, let us see it, please.
Post it. Post them pets.
Pets. We need them. Yeah, I don't have anything else to report.
Should we then just talk about our new book?
Let's freaking do it.
Let's do it.
Week 1.
All right.
Hello. We're reading The Sirens by Emilia Hart. She wrote Wayward, remember? Wayward?
If you're new and haven't, we listened and read last year, we read it last year, and you should go back and listen on the pod, not on YouTube, obviously, because we're new here.
True.
But go back and listen and read it if you haven't.
Oh my God, you must read it. It's so good. And if this is your first Emilia Hart and you're not liking it, disregard everything that you've read and go read Wayward.
Exactly. I would say personally, I guess we're gonna start talking about it, but it was hard for me to get into at first, but I think I've got it now.
So bored. I'm so fucking bored. And I think I've already called most of it. If we're gonna be honest.
Yeah, I think I can understand where it's going as well, but it took me a while to get into it, but now I'm liking it, I think.
Let's talk about the book and author first, and then
tell me about Emilia Hart. Tell me about Emilia Hart, Kate.
Okay,
please.
So I will tell you. This is really interesting too, because she's a British Australian author. Our last book was in Australia as well. So
yes, it was.
Amelia was born in Sydney, Australia. She studied literature and law at the University of New South Wales, which I also thought was interesting because didn't Gillian also do that?
Yes. This New South Wales, I think that was also in her book too. In the book? Okay, cool.
Yeah, in this book.
Yes.
South Wales is where the ship is going. Oh my God. Okay. So anyway, she also worked as a lawyer in Sydney and London.
Gillian McAllister, is that you?
I know, right? Like, what is happening?
Wait, what?
Also, actually, this is bizarre because Gillian got sick too, and Amelia got sick at 26. She actually had a stroke, and that's when she decided to write her first book.
What?
Is this like Gillian's pen name? Could you imagine?
What?
Jeez Louise. So yeah, that's crazy that she had a stroke. I'm glad that she's okay. That's so scary, but I'm also glad we got Wayward out of it. She currently lives in London.
London babes.
London. You know I love a London boy. Her favorite book when she was a child was A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett, which I don't know, but some people do. And her writing career, the path that she followed was that she enrolled in Curtis Brown Creative's 3-month online novel writing course, obviously completed that. And then she wrote Wayward, and she has had her, I think that it's Wayward and then The Sirens, and there's a short, like a little novella or something that she's written as well.
Yeah.
And that has been published in Australia and the UK. So she's good.
Very cool. Very cool. Want me to tell you a little bit about why she's writing this book, or the little bit of an inspiration about it? Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, this book is literally brand new. It's just over a month old. It was released on February 13th of this year by St. Martin's Press. This book is actually inspired by her own family. One of her ancestors happened to be a captain of a convict ship, which is not cool. She's like, don't love that. But she is also, her family line is Irish Australian immigrant. So yes. The idea for this book came from her love of the water and the love of her sister, which is so sweet. And she also, fun fact, took sailing courses in preparation for this book, I think the first iteration might have had some more sailing sailing lore or stuff, or maybe part 2 and 3 will have more sailing information, but it sounds like her and her friends learned to sail.
Fun. Wouldn't it be fun to be an author and be like, right? I need to learn to sail for my book, or like how Charlotte went to the island.
Yeah, or that guy, the guy who did and he's just like, I have to learn all these cool hobbies.
Yeah. It'd be so fun. It'd be fun.
So fun. And then I feel bad because I didn't catch the names of the authors. So sorry, I'll make a note somewhere. But the book, there's 2 books that kind of also gave her a little bit of inspiration, one called Homecoming and the other called Loving Spirit. So
interesting. Yeah, cool. That sounds fun.
Yeah,
that's cool that she did the sailing thing. I like that. I like that cool. A lot. Ash girl did her research with a migraine even. Bless you.
I'm fine. So that's why I'm not on my game. I had a bit of a headache last night, but anyways,
she's doing better today. How good. Cool what like I don't know if I've just been living under a literal rock or I'm like uncultured or whatever, but I had no idea that Australia, like New South Wales as we know it, was developed by prisoners.
Yes. Yeah.
From the UK.
From the UK and Ireland, yes.
Yeah, I did not know. Yeah. Did you know that?
Yes, I did know.
Oh, shit. Okay, so I'm just a fucking idiot. Nice.
No, you're not an idiot. I don't think that is common knowledge. Like,
I'm kidding.
Okay, sorry. Like, don't call my best friend an idiot. Hey.
True. You know what? True. Bad me. Tisk. All right, that was cool. Do you want to like talk about the characters?
Yeah, cool. Okay, well, I guess we kind of have like 4-ish main characters. We have like 3 timelines.
Yes.
We have Lucy, who we start off with. Well, I guess there's the beginning part, flash of Mary and Eliza, but essentially our main person is Lucy, and she is in present day, but 2019.
Yeah.
Yes. She is Australian and she is a university student, and she be sleepwalking and also strangling motherfuckers who do her wrong.
Who deserve it, but by accident. But like
she did say she had like some weird subliminal pull to go
yeah. It does suck. It sucks. The whole situation.
Well, he leaked a nude of her, so honestly, yeah, fuck you.
Honestly,
and the way the whole situation was dealt with by the school, fuck you.
I was thinking about that, and I was actually kind of disappointed that Emilia chose to use a woman as the character to tell Lucy, like, no, we're not going to do anything. Think about his future, because you would think that, I don't know, you would think that that would just be something you'd want to hear from a man. You wouldn't want to think that women are still like that. But
yeah,
I digress. Yeah. Who cares?
That is unfortunate. But essentially she's on the run because she's sleepwalking and she knows her sister sleepwalks. So she's like, surely my older sister Jess can help me.
So she gets in the car and she goes to Jess's house, and we find out a little bit about Jess. So Jess is about 20 years older than Lucy, and she is an artist. We find that out. She's also a goth. Fucking love that.
I love the shout out to AFI. I was like, yes.
I was actually surprised because earlier on it talked about, like, it just said like goth music, and I was like, come on, do your research. Don't just say goth music. But then when it said AFI, I was like, okay, redeemed. Like, you get it.
Yeah.
Was AFI around in 1999?
Oh yeah, 100%.
They're like an older,
they're like, they used to be like punk before they became.
Okay. That's funny. Yeah. I love that. So Jess also lives in Comber Bay at the Cliff House, which is also known as the Devil's Lookout, which is where a lot of the shit takes place. When Lucy arrives there, she's really surprised, and she also gets to have a peek at Jess's art, which we can talk about later. But that's kind of Jess's character. We find out a little bit more about Jess through her diary entries, which take place in 1999. So anything coming from Jess is pre Y2K,
Yes.
1999.
Yes.
And oh fuck, what was I just gonna say? Oh, and also, in Lucy's timeline, Jess is not there. She's like missing. And Lucy also discusses how their relationship is like kind of fractured due to Jess pulling back. So that's said many times. So that's also something.
Yes. And then our next timeline that we experience is 1800, and it's from Mary's perspective, but it's essentially two Irish twins, Mary and Eliza. And Eliza experiences some oxygen loss at birth and is blind. So Mary is her eyes. But they have been sentenced to something and have been put on a transport ship for convicts to, like Caitlin was explaining, Australia, which was essentially just exiled for what they say in the book, whores and thieves. So
yeah, that's a bummer. That's a big bummer. And that time place takes place in 1800.
Yes, exactly. And it's the ship that they're on is called the Naiad.
Yeah, I'd say that, Naiad. Yep. And in that timeline, we also have, I don't know how to say this name, Byrne. It's a man's name. I want to say Byron.
But maybe it's Byron, yeah.
Byron. Who is he's mentioned like twice, but this is the man who Mary almost killed and why they're on the ship. So he's probably gonna come back somehow.
Right.
Like hopefully we find out. Well, I guess we kind of find out what happened there. Sounded like he was trying to get up on them, and
yeah.
she took a rock to his skull.
Well, then you know what happens usually when that happens. And also we find out that this ship that they're on is wrecked. It eventually wrecks.
Yes, it goes down.
And
with
there's
the ship.
Lots of people who die on the ship.
100 people. 100 people die.
100 souls lost. Okay.
Oh God. But we also have Lucy and Jess's parents who are talked about in both Jess and Lucy's timeline. We have Ben, who is the trash dude that Lucy is escaping from. We have Max, who is Jess's BFF in the 1999 timeline.
Who's not picking up his phone in the Lucy's timeline.
Yes, interesting. We have Jess's creepy art teacher, whose name I did not write down, but whatever his name is.
Fuck Mr. Creep.
Mr. Creep. Really small character, but M, who keeps calling Lucy, it's her friend from school. Then we have Melody, who is Jess's neighbor, but this is someone who Lucy is kind of reaching out to for some help towards the end.
Especially to find out where, like, hey, did you hear she said she was coming back? Or
because she didn't take her phone, she didn't take her wallet, she didn't take her car.
Where she be at? But Melody seems to think that she's fine. She's just stressed. No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
And then we also have Ryan Smith, who Lucy runs into in the 2019 timeline, who also knows Jess, but his dad is a local historian. So he has a lot of knowledge. Well, his dad was a local historian. He passes. But yeah.
Well, and his brother.
Oh, yeah. And his brother, who is a missing person.
Yes, is Daniel Smith.
So I didn't write down
I got
all the names. Thank you.
I got them. So there are 8 men who have gone missing in Comber Bay between the 1960s to the 1990s, and that is Samuel Hall, Pete Lawson, Bob Ruddock, William Goldhill, Daniel Smith, Alex Thorgood, David Watts, and Malcolm Biddy. And Lucy is like being a journalist and investigating them. And she's finding so far, not all of them, but so far, maybe these aren't very good men. Maybe they're bad boys.
I think they're bad boys and they don't treat women very nicely.
Which is like, makes sense with the storyline.
I think it makes sense. So another important. Oh,
1 second. Just 1 second. I just realized. Back to Ryan Smith, who is the brother of Daniel Smith, who is one of the missing guys. But Daniel Smith is also who found baby Hope, which is another character.
Yes. Who? Yeah, baby Hope. Interesting. Who? Baby Hope.
Do you want to talk about baby Hope?
We can talk about baby Hope. Who do you think? Do you think baby Hope is one of them?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I thought so.
100%.
Yes. So another big topic that Lucy deals with, and then she finds out that Jess also struggles with this, which is their skin condition called I gotta look at this while I say it.
You were just gonna freeball it? Nice.
I was gonna try, but no, I was like, I know it's aquagenic
urticaria.
Yeah, what Caitlin said. Aquagenic
urticaria.
Yeah. Thank you. AKA their skin hardens and changes, but I think
water allergy.
But it causes their skin to like flake and make like deep scarring, and
has a silver sheen,
silvery, which the creepy art teacher calls like close to a shell, which I'm like, I don't know about this. Anyways,
yes, both Lucy and Jess experience it. And
Lucy
had no idea.
Yeah, Lucy had no idea. Her parents didn't tell her, but it made sense as to why they knew so much when she started suffering or realizing what was going on. And it sounds like Jess really suffered because she didn't really speak up, so she kind of just dealt with it.
Oh, she just tried to like hide it.
Yes, hide it. She just hid, and which is another reason why a little bit of her goth clothing is that she wanted to cover up her whole body essentially. But I feel I empathize with both of them, and I just feel it is very strange, and obviously that creep fucking teacher, Mr. Creep, is obviously, I think, must be part of the reason why Jess is so distant. But like, I'm wondering why Jess is also questioning her if she's legitimate to her parents as well, because she finds out that she might not be related to them essentially because they can't roll their tongues, though this is debunked in modern science. But it's got Lucy also, I think, wondering.
Suspicious, yes.
Sussy.
Don't be suspicious. Yeah, that whole part of it is really weird. So I'm pretty sure that Jess is baby Hope.
Yes. And they also have another thing in common that Lucy finds out, other than the fact that they're sleepwalking. They have the same dreams.
Sakes.
What
the fuck? And Lucy figures this out by literally looking at Jess's paintings in her living room that she has an art show for in like 4 days. A big art show.
And she's not back, and she's seeing these like texts come in on her phone like, we need to talk to you and stuff, like help.
We need to get the paintings.
So
that would be really weird, having the dream and then seeing your sister's paintings of it.
Yes.
But I will say the dreams are kind of dragging on. Like, I'm kind of like, oh, I get it.
We get it. We don't need all the details in between, is what you're saying. Yes. Though I guess it kind of paints a picture, I guess, but also it drags on. because
I think just
Jess and Lucy also kind of like recount it in their chapters as well.
Yeah. I think it's also like I'm struggling that um Lucy isn't like doing anything. Like she's just at Jess's house and it's like the same shit over and over. It just feels like so much is filler. It almost just feels like filler. Like I'm like, I get the themes, I get what's happening. I can already
Right.
see how this is probably going to end. Like
Right.
now I'm bored.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes
Right.
sense. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't
no.
feel
No.
exciting or mysterious like Wayward did.
I can see where that is, because yeah, you can definitely see where the book is going, and I think it's pretty much figured out, I would assume. But I guess the one thing that's keeping us holding on is like the mystery of the people missing.
Yes, true.
And where is Jess?
True.
But I can see what you're saying, because yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like with Wayward there was like you really like you live for the twist. When you're used to reading books that are going to give you some sort of like mysterious element, you really like bargain on that, and that's what you want. You want something where you're like, I did not see that coming. And there was like in Wayward she did that really really well. Even how, you know, when the ex-husband or whomever like showed back up, like you weren't expecting that necessarily. And I even really liked how she did the magical realism elements in that, because I don't know, I felt like yeah, birds are actual things, and like
Yeah.
insects are actual things, and plants are actual things. Like this is cool, I can see it. But like let's be real, sirens are not actual things, and neither are
Yes.
like
Yeah.
the other like mythical elements that she's talking about. So maybe that's kind of what's getting me too, because I'm like,
Right.
this is really not real.
Right. Right. And you're not huge on like a magical realism in the first place, and you
Yeah.
enjoy how Wayward did it, because I can understand, like obviously it does seem more believable because those things all have energy anyways.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly.
um so obviously we find out quite quickly that Lucy and Jess's dreams are actually Mary and Eliza's, or Mary's recounts of their journey on this convict ship. Really.
I love the name Birdie. I love that.
Oh,
It's such a cute name. And so would her name, I think it mentioned the name Bridget. Is Birdie short for Bridget?
I think so.
That's so cute. That's like the cutest thing ever.
I
I love
think
that.
so, but I'm not an expert in old names and stuff like that.
You're not? That's weird. I
No.
totally thought you were. I thought that's what you did in all your spare time.
A name expert. In one of Jess's diary entries, she opens up to fucking Mr. Creep that she has a pull toward the water. So
You're right. There are some things like Jess even dreams that she is drowning when she's at Max's house, and he pulls her out of the literal pool. Like she's moving to the water. And even Eliza and Mary, like Eliza was sneaking out to go down to the
yeah.
creek. And Mary was following her, and like that's where shit hit the fan with that Byron dude or whatever. So the water element of it makes sense. It's like it's tying it all together.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I like that. Yeah. And then also like after Max pulled her out of the pool, they kind of did the deed. They got down, bound to go wow wow.
They got down to business.
So I'm
but then
curious to see.
I feel bad for Max though too, because like they should be together. It should be them, and she's lusting over the fucking teacher who's a
I know.
creep.
I know he's
Fucking
grooming
creep.
her. Hondo P.
Yes.
Like so gross. It's not great. I like
Yeah.
Max too. I really, really,
Yeah.
really do. And then another thing that happens at the end is that Lucy goes to see Melody, like you were saying, to be like, do you know like where the fuck my sister is or anything?
Yeah.
And they start chatting, and Jess and Melody tells Lucy about Jess's obsession with the supernatural explanation for the men's disappearances. And then she also tells her about baby Hope. And she's like, "Oh, I've got some stuff to show you." So she like goes and gets this dusty old box from her closet, and she pulls out a newspaper article that features a photo of Judith Wilson, who adopted baby Hope. And this is literally how this week ends, because Lucy recognizes the woman. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Which is like,
who are you?
her mom, right?
Your mom.
Her mom.
Yes. It's
And
your
then there
mom.
was the drama around that too, which was like a whole
Mm-hmm.
fucking thing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
So
tell me your
strange.
theories. Tell me
Okay.
everything.
Well, obviously, Mary and Eliza are sirens and they don't die. I don't think they die. They like transform into their mermaid selves and live their lives.
So do you think that their mom was a siren and that's why she like disappeared into the sea?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think their mom was a siren. They're drawn to water. Their bodies are changing. And so yeah, I think they're sirens, and then I think they're also related to Jess and Lucy somehow. I think that Mary and Eliza grew up in that cottage that Jess is living in before the mom disappeared into the ocean. And then I think Jess is drawn there, just like has a pull to Comber Bay or whatever. And Jess is a siren and Lucy is a siren, but I don't know who their mom is, but I don't think that they're related to.
Yes, so I agree with you. Although it did say that baby Hope's parents lived in the Cliff House. So but I like your theory of Eliza and Mary having lived there as well, because that would make sense. And I like that baby Hope is likely related to Mary and Eliza somehow, although that's a lot of time that went by, like 1800s to the 80s.
But if they're mythical creatures, I guess.
And do you think maybe like
their line? It could be their line,
their
family
lineage?
line, their lineage. Yes.
And do you think that maybe like, because Ryan Smith is the one that went and found the baby, like, do you think that he's a bad boy, or like could he possibly be the father?
Oh, you know what? Maybe he fell to the siren's call, because that's another thing. People hear them singing because
Yes.
that's a
And he's
thing
a
that they
sailor,
do.
yeah.
And he's a sailor,
Or a
so
fisherman or whatever.
yeah, on the water, dude.
He's a dude on the water.
He's a dude on the water.
Here, water on the water.
You got that right. What are your theories?
Well, my biggest theory is that Lucy is Jess's daughter.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think that it's Creepo's fucking, because she even said I've got a seed of gold in my belly in one of
It could be Creepo or it could be Max, because they do it with both.
Oh, true.
So we don't necessarily know who. So that's why Lucy is also experiencing the same things as Jess, and that Jess is baby Hope, and then her parents are the ones that lived there and then had to move away. And I just can't figure out like what the tie is going to be between Eliza and Mary and Lucy and Jess. Like, I get that they're probably related to them somehow, but I'm not sure like how that storyline is going to blend.
Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah, that's literally like 100 years difference, 100 and almost 200 years difference. Yeah, I'm like trying to think of, but maybe mermaids or sorry, sirens are different.
Yeah, well, I would guess
I don't know.
I would guess so. And
maybe
like,
they immortal, like maybe
I don't even know
know
much about sirens to.
True. That is never something that I've been like looked into.
No, me neither. I was once called a siren and I was like, what is that? And then I was like, yeah, that's me. But
You're a siren.
So okay, they're female human-like beings with luring voices. Oh yeah, they're also in the Odyssey, which is something that fucking creepy art teacher gave to Jess, that book.
Yeah.
They are a symbol of the dangerous temptation embodied by a woman. regularly throughout Christian art of the medieval era. Siren can also be used as slang term for a woman considered both very attractive and dangerous. So I guess that was a compliment.
Hey, I'll take that.
it. I want to be very attractive and dangerous. I want to be those things.
You are a siren then. If that's the definition, you're a siren.
Thank you. I'm really not. But anyway, yeah, I still don't really understand their
my Siri went
Siri?
off.
Oh no, not mine.
It was telling me what a siren is. That's funny.
Oh my god, that is funny. Yeah, there's no
yeah.
it's all just mythology. Okay. So it's probably one of those things where like you can make it up as you go as well.
They could make it up and it's like,
which I hate.
Like, yeah, this is true. You don't love an illogical, like, yeah, you're like, where's the logic here?
It just doesn't make sense to me that like an author can just make it up. Like I'm like, that feels cheap. Because I could never have thought of this because it's not a thing. I don't know.
Okay. I hear where you're coming from. Maybe
I'm just the worst. Yeah, that's pretty much all of my theories. And like if Mary and Elizabeth live, what does this mean for the plot? But also, like you're saying, if they turn into sirens because their mom was a siren. Like maybe their mom is like, hi, welcome home.
Yeah, and they just go and like live on the rocks and shit.
And sing to bad boys.
And sing to bad boys to try to get them to come into the fucking water.
Yeah, but they never find their bodies, so they must like take them somewhere.
I think, yeah, they must lure them and drown them, like bring them down into their layers and shit.
And then like
you'd think that they live underwater or something.
Yeah. I wonder if we're gonna get more insight into their siren lives in part 2.
True.
Because that would be cool.
Maybe I need more information on sirens and I'd maybe be more like, okay. Yes.
I can honestly say though that I'm just very bored with this book so far.
That's fair. At the beginning, I was finding it, I'll be honest as well, I find it very hard to get into. I found maybe around chapter 15 or so, I was like, okay, I understand. I see where this is going, but I think I like Lucy and I think I like Jess.
I don't like Lucy. I'm finding her like kind of, I don't know why. Well, I don't really love like all of this avoiding, like just
That's
not
fair.
answering the phone and stuff.
That's fair.
And I just don't love that she's just, we didn't even talk about it, but there's also a podcast element in this book and a true crime element, which I was like, hell yeah, because I thought I was gonna love that, but it's kind of like meh.
She like it seemed like it was going to be a part, and then now she's just like near the end of these chapters, she's like referencing, oh yeah, in episode 2 he said blah, and I'm like, when was episode 2?
Yeah, so like we're not really getting like that info anymore, but I guess that it's launching her to do her own research, which is probably I don't know, maybe she'll write an article or something, or maybe she'll write an article and then like find out she's a siren and then want to keep the lore to herself. Like who knows how it's gonna go.
Right.
But I don't know. I guess we'll just have to keep reading.
I guess so. So we'll finish up next week.
And then we'll
read Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry.
I'm excited for that. Did you know? I don't think I told you. Maybe I did. Did you know? I read somewhere online that Emily Henry may have based this a little bit off of Last Great American Dynasty by our girl.
Yes. Well, I know she's a Taylor fan. So yes, so, that's awesome.
Yeah. That's kind of exciting. Anyway.
Okay. I love the thought of that. Okay, cool. All right.
Cool. Well,
see you next week. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for listening. Please join us over at the Book Club Babes Facebook group for book discussions and to make your book recommendations, or on Instagram at bookclubbabes.pod.
If you'd like to reach out to us directly, you can email us at bookclubbabes.pod@gmail.com or contact us on our website at bookclubbabes.ca. If you love the Book Club Babes podcast, please tell a friend about us. And until next time, bye!